Okay. Hello and welcome to On the Spot. We came up with this name on the spot. We were about to record, and I asked everybody what we should call it, and then I suggested we come up with the name on the spot. And Scott here
took it literally.
Yep.
Took it literally.
So we're just rolling with that right now.
Yeah, we're calling it On the Spot. So On the Spot this is the first in the series. We're going to be talking about video game news, technology news, basically any sort of technology news, more gaming related, but anything goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can introduce ourselves. I guess I'll introduce myself first. I'm Chris. And I'm going to be covering general technology news, audiophile news, and a little bit of gaming hardware news.
I'm Brad. I'm going to be covering video game consoles, kind of news, speculation, and also what's going on over the year.
And I'm Scott. I am the one who's doing the AMD, nVidia, fanboy stuff, and rumors and what's coming out this year.
I'm also Chris, and we're talking about amateur electrical engineering news, hardware, software, open source news, and all that good stuff.
Linux nerd stuff.
And I'm the Linux hippie.
Linux.
Yes. Well, I guess your official name for the show will be Other Chris, so that people can actually tell what we're talking about.
No,
I'm
just Chris. We're going to keep this
Okay. Wouldn't they just call you Tech-tacular at this point? Or Techie?
We just call him Shin.
I still call myself Chris on the channel.
You still call
I'm Chris.
yourself
This is Other Chris.
We call him
We could call him
Virginia.
shit.
Do your viewers know your last name?
My last name is Langley.
Virginia.
So if I'm
Chris
Virginia.
Langley.
Langley,
Look him
Virginia.
up and
CIA
send him-
headquarters.
Send him stuff to his house.
I'm going to name my daughter Virginia.
Yes.
Your wife's going to hate you.
My daughter's going to hate me more than anything.
GG family.
Okay, so I guess I'll kick things off with some news. So this is my favorite news of the week. Forbes asked people to turn off their ad blockers and then served them pop under malware.
Wait, what?
So, yep. So yeah, Forbes asked people to turn off their ad blockers, and then as soon as you did, you got
So
malware,
are they
and
promoting ad block?
It would likely steal
guess.
passwords, data, and banking information.
So they're promoting reasons to install ad block.
Pretty much. They're just saying, here's the reason you should install AdBlock and not turn it off when people ask you to.
So they're doing a service to the community, really. They're educating people.
Yes, they're educating people on why.
Okay.
I can
AdBlock
get
is-
behind education.
I can't.
I don't think that
As-
was smart of Forbes, though.
Right. It kind of brings up the question of whether you should be using AdBlock. I like to say that you have it turned on by default because there's so many sites that you don't know like what's going to be on there. And then once you get used to your site and you like trust it, then yeah, turn it off if you want to support them. But yeah, Forbes. Yeah. So that was special news. Lumosity has to pay $2 million for lying about brain games and how they help your brain.
So they.
I have a friend who uses that. I'm going to tell her.
Yeah, evidently they don't actually help your brain as
Oh.
much as they say they do.
So video games aren't.
Exactly. They,
Well, I
they
gotta
don't
leave
do
this show though.
that.
My mom was right.
Net neutrality is in question with the way T-Mobile is throttling video services. So at first it kind of seemed like T-Mobile was doing everyone a favor with music, and they're like, oh, check it out, this doesn't count against your data plan. And then they're like, oh, we're going to do this for video too. And they're like, but here's the thing, we're throttling all the video back, speed-wise. So it's opt-out, you can opt out of it, but...
But it should be opt-in.
Right. So by default, all video services are throttled. It doesn't matter what service it is, and that basically they throttle the speed so that it basically cuts it down to like 480p.
Well, oh yeah, I know that, but
Yeah. So
I guess some people are okay with.
right,
Standard
but the thing
definition.
is, T-Mobile's in charge of what services are like part of that and what aren't. So people don't like that. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like they're edging on net neutrality and
Yeah.
kind of violating that a bit, or getting close to violating it. Microsoft is killing support for Internet Explorer 8, 9, and 10.
And nobody cares.
4 days from now, or 3 days from now.
Wait, why?
They're not giving like security updates or anything anymore because it's outdated. Internet Explorer 11 is already out, and now they're moving on to Edge.
So are they abandoning the platform anytime soon?
Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
They're still supporting 11,
Okay.
or I think it's on the
Problems
12 now,
all
right?
people, right?
Is it on 12?
I don't know if there is a 12.
I think it's just 11.
Okay.
They're on to 11, and they're supporting that still, but they're dropping 8, 9, and 10, which a lot of businesses still use for like their, intranet sites, and all that kind of thing, or their internet sites. So
So it's like
that's happening.
the Windows XP thing. Yeah.
Right. People need to update their dang softwares. In other words.
And their hardware.
Yeah, that too. Oh. Yeah, that was the last thing I kind of wanted to cover in the general technology news is Sony is trying to trademark Let's Play. We've all heard about this. It's bullshit.
Yep.
They
Plain
better
and
not
simple.
be able to do that.
Plain and simple.
Yep.
Are we gonna put this on as TVMA now? Nothing you just said bullshit on your job.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
This I promise this is the last thing. Wireless AH. Wireless is coming out. Wireless that's what I'm going to be calling it, is coming out. Or the standard has been set. It's not necessarily coming out. And it will use the 90 gigahertz spectrum, I believe. Let me check myself on that. 900 megahertz spectrum. It'll penetrate walls more easily, and it'll be much more low power than current Wi-Fi standards, which will help with Internet of Things devices. So they're kind of aiming for that with the new standard. Wireless AD devices have been showing up at CES. The first AD router from Asus is coming out, and then TP-Link is the one making that router, and then Asus has a laptop with AD. That's about it in the technology sector, other than of course a million CES articles, but that's general technology news. Everybody else has their own technology news. And then on to audiophiles. Sennheiser has new flagship headphones, other than the Orpheus, of course. The HD 800S is going to be coming out, so it's an update to the HD 800s. Not a whole lot to say there. They are coming out with their first electrostatic monitors. Shure is coming out with electrostatic monitors. I got to keep my brands in order. Shure is coming out with the first electrostatic monitors. They're going to cost thousands of dollars, of course, and need their own special amp. The Technics 1200 turntable is coming back.
Turntables are coming back?
Yes, that too. But this specific model is revered among DJs and everybody because it's got really high torque and it's good for mixing, yada yada yada. It's going to cost $4,000, so it's kind of for people who are
For that niche.
really into this stuff.
That's true.
Sennheiser is getting into VR audio with their 3D audio technology. They're calling it Ambio.
How do you make audio 3D?
Math.
Yeah.
Science.
Okay.
It's a mix of hardware and software. So you will need some sort of special hardware, potentially, depending on what you already have. And they're trying to target it with VR stuff so that they kind of get into that spectrum early.
Okay, well, first things first, quarter one in the video game department is going to be really good. However, it's also filled with a bunch of remakes and a bunch of Assassin's Creed games no one cares about. So, starting out in January.
I mean, what Assassin's Creed games do anybody care about?
Well,
Four.
after the fourth one, everyone's
well, that wasn't even the fourth one either. That was like the
yeah.
seventh one. Or something.
It wasn't even the seventh, or yeah, if you count all the mobile games and the
I'm
PS,
sure.
the
After
PSP
Assassin's
spin-offs.
Creed
It is
4,
the
we should say.
definition
It's
of
not the
franchise
fourth one.
fatigue, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, anyways.
Anyway, so starting out in January 19th is a remake of an old Wii game called A Boy and His Blob, which will now be re-released for Windows, PlayStation 4, PS Vita, I don't know who uses that, and the Xbox One.
So everything but Nintendo.
Basically.
Well,
And it's a port of their
including the
game.
PS Vita.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet
Like,
Jesus.
we're gonna make it for absolutely everything except for Nintendo.
So for the two of you out there who own one,
For the 3 people who use a PS Vita, you can now get A Boy and His Blob.
you
You can also get, on the 19th, you can also get Resident Evil 0 HD Remastered Edition. And then coming up on the 21st, there's Hyrule Warriors Legends, which is the remake of Dynasty Zelda. And then on the 22nd is for all the Super Mario RPG fans, because now Mario and Luigi Paper Jam will be coming out, mixing the Paper Mario universe with the style and the combat system of Super Mario RPG. And on the 28th, Rise of the Tomb Raider will be re-released for the Windows,
Yeah.
which I know
I'm really excited
Chris
about
is
that
excited
one.
for.
Yeah.
And on February 2nd, all of you Truck Simulator people are going to be super happy because American Truck Simulator is coming out with its $6,000 worth of DLC, different
Day
trucks.
one.
Day one too. But in actual news, the first game that you're going to want to get in February 5th is XCOM 2. Which that will be amazing. It'll also be
massive.
frustratingly hard. Which, I mean, we all knew that it's an XCOM game. February 9th is a bunch of Assassin's Creed games, and if anyone is interested, which really only I am, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Holy shit, can that name get any longer?
Wait.
Believe
how
it.
many
How many-
Assassin's Creed games are coming out?
Well, there's actually 3. There's the
Three?
Assassin's Creed Trilogy Russia, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, and the Assassin's Creed Chronicles Trilogy Pack.
All on the same day?
All on the 9th.
And these are mobile games? Or?
Oh no, these
So
are
one person is actually
these are
gonna.
for, these are for Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One.
One person's going to GameStop to pick up all 3 of those.
Yep, pretty much.
You know it.
Okay. Why don't they just make mobile games?
Yeah,
Why
no.
don't they just not make?
Just Assassin's Creed Chronicles.
Next, coming up on the 16th is for all the fighter people with Street Fighter V coming out. And that means all of your fight boxes, all your fight sticks, get ready to
The
spend
fight clubs.
Fight clubs. Get ready to spend $80 and start a social revolution.
That is not me at all.
Not you at all?
That's you, not me.
Then, coming up in 3 days next time, on the 19th is Fire Emblem Fates for the 3DS. It's a direct sequel to Awakening,
I'm actually looking forward to.
which, yeah, no, go for it.
Awakening's good.
Then, on the 23rd, for all the Far Cry people, Far Cry Primal comes out, a Far Cry set in the primordial and the old,
The old days.
the good old
The
days.
olden
The days with no internet.
The ye old days.
But with eagle drones.
With,
Yeah.
with eagle
eagle
drones,
drones.
bear bombs, bee grenades. It's actually very cool.
It looks interesting. It looks like it could be fun. It also looks like it could be really weird.
And on the same day, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 comes out, but who gives a shit about that? Anyway, and
It's
then
all overshadowed by
this
the
is
remote
for my
control.
this is for my homeboy Chris. On the 25th, Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball 3 comes out.
Really?
Not
The third
America,
one
right?
comes out. No, actually.
Oh, they are bringing to America.
Hmm? Oh,
Okay.
and
But it's like the censored version.
and
in
it's only
America.
for the
Oh,
PlayStation
so
4 and
it's
the
all the-
Scream men.
Because of all the SJWs, they're
it's a-
ruining our stupid bikini games.
Okay, coming from the actual guy who looks like a neck beard. So y'all want to stop?
I want my jiggle physics, dang it.
Damn it! I want my boobs. Starting off on March 1st will be the PC release of Far Cry Primal. Also, the PlayStation 4 remastering of Heavy Rain. And on March 4th comes Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, which is not even a really good HD remix like Wind Waker. It's just crap. And on the 8th of March is the game is the first-person shooter that everyone is looking for, Tom Clancy's The Division. Then after that, we have Hitman coming up on the list coming out on March 11th for Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
Might I add, Hitman will have no paid DLC.
Ooh.
So that is a very, very famous DLC.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And aren't they doing free DLC that'll be coming out?
It's either no DLC or free DLC.
I think they're doing some sort of like missions that'll be coming out like.
Oh,
I mean, look
like
at
Witcher
the-
did?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the
kind of.
example of Halo 5, all the free DLC. You just got to deal with a crappy game. Hopefully, that's not the case.
Crappy game, excuse me.
You heard me, crappy game. Then on the 29th.
Chris, I know that Halo 5 just tears you apart inside. If only it was on PC.
Then on the 29th of March, coming for all the sports people, is MLB 16 The Show.
Another
Concludes,
mod of another.
that concludes quarter one for video games.
But don't forget,
halftime show.
Need for Speed is coming out on PC.
Need for Speed is coming out on PC,
Need
but
for Spring.
Which
Need
Need
for
for
but
Speed?
the only thing is you
Need
need
for
to be
Speed
online
29.
to be in a server to play a single player game.
Right.
Woohoo!
Right.
And
Need for internet.
guess.
SimCity.
And now we
Need
move
for
on to quarter.
speedy internet.
Now we move on to quarter two from April to June. We start off the second quarter with another Assassin's Creed Chronicle game. Except for they're releasing it for the PS Vita. They're releasing also Dirt Rally, and interestingly, they're releasing Quantum Break all on the same day. Quantum Break being
I feel like Quantum Break is
two
kind of
games that will
coming
sell
out
one game
overshadow
at a
the others. But
oh well, no,
Yeah.
one game is gonna completely overshadow the other two.
I'm really interested for Quantum Break actually.
Same
I'm-
here.
I'm sure
I just went out like 2, man.
eventually, hopefully, it'll be on PC, and it looks like it could be good. I don't know. It's interesting too because
Oh,
it's,
it'll be on PC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bet. And
but it's sorry to interrupt you, but
It's
it's
all
an
right.
interesting take, obviously, because they're doing sort of the TV show / video game sort of hybrid thing. So I'll be interested to see how that pans out. Definitely gonna watch that closely.
Yeah, and on the 12th, get ready for action adventure game fans, because you'll have one opposite end of the spectrum, which is Ratchet and Clank, a re-release on the PlayStation 4. Very, I wouldn't say kid-friendly, but, more geared towards, like, that generation. Then there's Dark Souls 3 coming out, which is the brutally fuck-me-up level of difficulties.
And there's a TVMA right
Dark
there.
Souls.
TVMA.
That's the TVMA,
As
which you can actually... Oh,
It doesn't matter.
we should censor it.
Yeah. Well, as long as they're not like throwing them out every 2
Alright.
seconds. it
Leave
doesn't
in, like,
matter.
or put in, like, an F, like that.
Yes.
Just cut it.
Surprise!
Just slice it.
Then April 22nd, Star Fox Zero comes out, which is another re-release of Star Fox. Whatever, I'm really
It's not
excited
a
for that one
re-release.
actually. Whatever.
It's a-
April 26th, that's the game we are all looking for, especially PlayStation 4 fanboys. It's Uncharted 4 at Thieves' End.
Pending, that doesn't get delayed.
Pending that it doesn't get delayed, it is set for April 26th.
Or another
as its
graphics
release.
downgrade.
Oh, please.
720.
And then, May is also a great month. There are only going to be 2 games coming out for May, but it's Battleborn, which is Gearbox's new MOBA-style game, and Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which we know who's excited for Mirror's Edge
I'm
Catalyst.
excited for that, but I'm also really nervous for it because it's
Here's Edge.
And there is no set.
And we know how well they treated Battlefront.
Yeah,
I really like the first Mirror's Edge. I wasn't around for the hype when it was released, but I played it like this last year and I actually really enjoyed it.
Now there's no set day for any June games. However, an early release access game that's on Steam right now, Ark Survival Evolved, might be released in June.
You mean
So,
they're actually going to release
Yeah.
a early access
So
survival
we
game
might actually have a survival game that succeeds.
that
Who knows?
actually releases. If your computer can run it,
Mine can't.
it'll actually be
Oh.
releasing.
And moving into July through September, only one game will be released in that time period, and it is on August 23rd. It is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. So
I asked for this.
he did ask for this. Then from October to December, ending off the year, will be in October. Ukulele, which is the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie,
which was a Kickstarter.
which is actually a very successful Kickstarter campaign. And coming in December, finally ending off the year, is Divinity Original Sin 2. Who would have thought?
The original.
The
Originalist?
Originalist
The most
Sin.
original sin.
That was the original.
Biting the apple.
The original Sin
Sin
was
2.
playing the game.
Oh. I thought it was good. Wasn't it good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, people say it's good. But I'm not a fan.
I don't think he liked it.
No, this is a comedy. This is a comedy channel. We have to say it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Give us
Terrible.
Ha ha.
4 out of 7.
1 out of 10 would not watch this channel again.
Comedy.
That's comedy. All right, Scott. Anything else?
All right. So
Where
hopefully
battery
my
dies.
battery doesn't die here.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with AMD. So Intel fans, you can click away now. So AMD announced that they are going to simplify everything, so you actually will know how to build an AMD PC. And they are making a standard socket, an AM4, which basically supports, I believe, everything.
AM4 or like
AM4 is the name of the socket.
AM4 or the AM4? Like
AM4 is the name of the.
it's an AM4. Like there are multiple of them, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aim for the
Yeah.
line or the specific model?
It's the socket name.
It's a socket.
Ah,
Yeah.
AM4
So
plus
support
AM4.
for, I think, pretty much everything up to like as old as the Anthelons. So
And they're moving to DDR4.
and they should.
for
About time.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll skip this one. Not too much there. AMD is releasing something called the Wraith.
Their new stock cooler.
Yeah, the new stock cooler, which looks kind of interesting. Supposedly, it's significantly quieter than the one they used.
Yeah, they have a video of it. It's really quiet, like big time.
So yeah, they're claiming like 24% more cooling fin surface and 34% more fan airflow, which are really specific numbers, and less than 1/10 of the
RNG.
noise of the
It's all
predecessor, meaning you will not have a jet engine in your
It's
PC.
not a jet engine.
It's not.
How am I going to cook my
And
food,
it
guys?
lights up.
Guys, how am I going to cook my food now? I'm a poor college student. I can't buy a processor and a microwave.
Damn, I guess I'm just gonna have to buy food.
The
And,
AMD logo lights up too. It's so cool. No, it actually does.
Okay, I mean, that's actually legit cool.
I mean, hey.
It lights up without lighting up.
Comedy.
Comedy.
So, double confirmed, Global Foundries will manufacture AMD's mobile low-power Polaris GPUs.
They're finally actually doing something about mobile GPUs.
So we're talking about significant reductions in power, but increases in performance, of course. So for the first time, AMD might be more power efficient than nVidia, which will be very interesting.
Right, it's supposed to be. There is a
More efficient than the 900 series.
Yeah, there was a benchmark they put up when they announced Polaris, and it's, I think, almost 50% more efficient than a 950 when running Battlefront at 1080p and 60 FPS. So that's pretty significant.
Yeah, so they have a benchmark actually running Battlefront at 1080 60. The reduction from the competition, which we're assuming is.
Well, they say at the little footnote that it's a 950.
Yeah, okay, 950 using 140 watts, and I'm assuming a comparable AMD card running at 86. So that is like what?
That's pretty significant, especially
Significant. I mean,
when AMD right now is like twice the GDP.
you're using
of-
less power than their CPUs use.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, because the 390, I think, is almost twice the TDP underload of the 970. Is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it uses more than a Titan.
Right. It's
So-
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's big for AMD, especially for people who are wanting to build smaller systems or who care about their energy usage.
And now we're at the part of the questions and the news where I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
It's okay, Brad. One day you will ascend.
So,
I'm subscribed to the PCMR
so
subreddit.
it's like what? Just an observer.
Oh yeah.
Look at these nerds. I
Oh
mean,
my god.
I do the same thing, so, and I'm one of them.
So on NVIDIA's side, we have Pascal GPUs being teased for coming to automobiles,
Oh yeah,
which would be interesting.
for self-driving applications.
Yes,
and
self-driving
stuff.
applications. So it'd be interesting to see if NVIDIA gets serious with the self-driving market. This will help drive more
Because
self-driving cars being made.
they already have a first generation. NVIDIA already has some sort of first generation thing for cars right now,
Mhm.
and this is basically the successor to it, and it's like way more powerful.
So this will be interesting. This pretty much came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We also had that.
There's a lot of
Oh.
auto stuff at CES this
Yeah,
week.
that's like the theme is VR and automobiles.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the, I mean, this is off topic, but NZXT made an extremely ugly case that is
I saw
supposed to be
that.
based off of a car.
Right.
Doesn't.
They just and they have a whole unveiling thing in like a separate location, and it's
Like,
like
After making what the H440, they had
right.
450 and the S340, like really good popular cases.
Now here's a wacky large mini ITX case
But we all know what the real winner in
or
the
micro
cases is.
ATX. Sorry.
The yacht case.
Oh yes,
Oh yeah.
Lean Lean.
Lean.
is going as far as they can. They released. You'll have to look this up.
I'll put it up on the screen.
A concept case that looks like a yacht.
Yep.
So you can have a yacht on your yacht while you're yachting.
And
Yeah, play a game where you're driving a yacht.
Computer.
there is no reason to buy it.
In other words, it
For any
says
reason.
my computer is super expensive. It's like a yacht. That's what they're.
But
that's
I'm
what
also
they're trying to
not
say.
actually rich enough to have a yacht.
Right, but
It's like the middle class pretentiousness.
yeah, exactly. Sidetracking a bit here. Speaking of cars, made me think of. Believe it was BMW had this whole booth set up at CES, like a home of the future type thing, where they had like a little one-way mirror type of thing set up with a screen on it, and you put your car keys at the foot of the mirror, and your car will pull itself into your garage, and if you like pull your keys off or whatever, like it keeps track of your appointments, and it'll back your car out for you when you're about to leave. It's pretty cool. Like they have a whole connected home type of thing set up. It was pretty cool to see kind of a concept of what we could be at 5-10 years from now with new cars and that kind of thing.
Okay, so we also got Ryzen 2 Raider coming out at the end of the month, and it'll be bundled with the high-end 970, 980, and 980 Ti GPUs. So if you're looking in the market to buy an NVIDIA graphics card, Ryzen 2 Raider is a pretty good game. Hopefully it's a good port.
Are they still using Hairworks on that?
I believe so. But the first Tomb Raider was very well optimized. Or the first run, the remake. So hopefully
Yeah.
this will be the same.
Well,
Run well and everything.
yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I can run on a 390. I can run triple FMD 1080p at like 60 FPS maxed settings and Hairworks on.
Yeah, it is one of the
It's
best games for optimization.
and on my 270X, I have the 2 gig 270X. I can run Infinity without Hairworks at nearly max settings, still at 60 FPS. It's really amazing. Like any GPU, it's gonna run amazingly on. So the hope is that Rise of the Tomb Raider will be the same way.
And another note about NVIDIA Pascal, which is allegedly releasing this summer. They didn't have it on display at CES. They were using a modded 980 technology, so we do not know what it looks like yet. So hopefully very soon you'll know more about that. Also in the VR department, we have controversial GameWorks VR, and I know a lot of people on the AMD side find GameWorks to be something that's just there to limit their performance.
Right.
There's arguments on both sides.
Yeah, because GameWorks doesn't actually limit performance in and of itself.
Right.
There's a couple certain things.
And it isn't necessary to run the game. So
Right. Hairworks is the one that runs better on nVidia than it does AMD. But it's more about, for the people who are really passionate about it, it's more about open source versus closed source.
And
So,
we're out of battery.
your laptop just died.
But I was able to see the last thing I had.
Do you want to borrow mine for
Oh, it's
anything else you need to
It's
talk
fine.
about?
I got it. So, yeah, that's about it for nVidia.
Uploaded it to
Intel, not much. They did something cool with drones at CES, apparently, where they had like 200 in the sky at once. I don't know how that has to do with Intel. They also made
They're just trying to brute force their way to internet
made a-
at this point.
They made a compute stick that doesn't suck. Not too many surprises. Hopefully next year. There will be more from Intel when AMD is launching their high-end Zen chips, which will be their first high-end CPUs in, some would say, 10 years.
Yeah. Well, the first
Yeah.
time competing with
First time competing
Intel
in the high-end
quite a while.
market since pretty much the Ampelon ages.
Right. So this is kind of their last chance for redemption, pretty much in the CPU
Right.
department.
Because we know a lot of AMD fans are using 5-6-year-old architecture, barely
Right.
getting by this year. Hopefully, this is what can save them.
Yeah.
If not, I would not see a future for AMD in the CPU market at all.
Right. It's pretty grim.
People will start changing to Intel.
Yeah. And then Intel will be the only option, high end.
Yay,
So
monopolies!
And then you're screwed because you're gonna have to pay hundreds.
If you want to pay less for your CPU, root for AMD right now.
Even if you want Intel CPUs, root for AMD because they need it. Heaven knows they need it because they've screwed up so much.
And so, allegedly, the launch date, we don't know if it's just a paper launch or not, is for late 2016. So, probably we'll get review copies in 2016 and actual consumer, able to find in Amazon and such in 2017. Because this will probably end up like the Fury X, and we won't be able to buy one for
Right.
ever.
It's just gonna be out of stock. And then-
Yeah, so allegedly the high-end desktop CPUs, the ones you should care about, are coming Q4 this year. APUs, for anyone that wants that, is coming out Q1 year after. That's what I got.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep. Go for it.
Alright, I'm going to be talking about something that affects everyone. Not many people may know about it or care about it, but finally, the JavaScript random number generator has been fixed. If you know anything about pseudo-random number generation, you know that it's important for everything that the web does. The built-in JavaScript random number generator was pretty terrible, and it was fixed within 2 weeks ago.
So
Very
what
important.
was wrong about it?
Not random. Not random
Okay.
enough.
So it was okay.
There are a lot of ways to do random. They did it wrong.
There we go. That'll explain it for people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you know anything about where cryptography is used, you know that it's used for everything in the web, and having a good random number generator is very important.
Okay, so that's sort of the application that's most important for it.
And if you know anything about JavaScript or the web, you know that JavaScript is everywhere on the web. Maybe, yeah.
So cryptography is sort of the primary reason for getting that.
For random number generation. Also, games, sort of, but more
Okay.
importantly, for cryptography.
Okay.
In open source news, we have Linux running on the PS4, Pokemon running on the PS4. It's pretty
Right.
great.
Because
Yeah.
Sony won't release an official PS1 emulator, so they went and booted Linux on the PS4 and are running a PS1 emulator through that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And apparently it worked by exploiting a bug in the WebKit version that the browser uses in order to start running custom software on the console.
So will this work
Yeah,
indefinitely, or
don't
will
let
it just patch
Sony
the
know
bug?
about this.
Well, once you
Sony, the Sony executive who might be watching
The
this.
one Sony executive.
Please click away.
plus Well, I mean, once you have it,
We
you
just
can't-
want to
it's
play games.
not-
Go
Once
back
you
to
have
making
it,
fun of Nintendo, please, for the love of God.
once you have the ability to run custom code, it's game over for security features. So it's
So
kind of like a virus, but you actually want it.
So it's basically becoming more and more like a PC all the time, except without,
Yeah.
the benefits of upgradability.
Yeah. So if you, for some reason, if you actually want to use a console as a desktop PC, you really should support Linux. Then again, who wants a console as a desktop PC?
Well, this opens up the question too of whether they're going to start being hackers on PSN now, using the potential. I mean, down the road.
I mean, you could just
It's-
vote kick
it's
them.
obviously-
Wait.
It's obviously not going to be like an instant thing or whatever, but down the road that could be happening.
If only there were like admins on servers. Maybe if you could like set up a server that someone was like an actual person was in
Maybe
charge
if you
of.
made dedicated servers.
Dedicated servers.
Yes.
Another news in the amateur.
Thank you.
thank you.
Sorry I left you hanging.
Yeah.
In the amateur hardware hobbyist arena, drones have been completely banned in I believe it was 30-mile radius in Washington D.C. And
Pretty reasonable.
FAA regulations. Washington D.C. The president works there. That makes a lot of sense. However, an interesting side effect is that has pushed drone enthusiasts to literally, in some cases, move underground and fly their drones indoors and whatnot in order to escape regulations. I thought that was very interesting.
Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose?
How are people supposed to know how much money I have?
Look at my drone collection.
It's like buying a hoverboard.
We don't call them hoverboards. Right?
Hoverboard.
We don't call them hoverboards. Can we agree on Swagway?
They're
Because
douche wheels.
Swagway is a stupid name, but
Swagway?
Yeah.
that's
I've never heard that before.
Okay.
It's one of the
Ask
brands.
me why.
It's better because when you hear before the Swagway, when you heard hoverboard, it was an idea. It represented something. It represented hope for the future.
too.
Well, these things don't hover and they're not aboard. Case closed.
Yes, but I'm saying also, not only is calling them hoverboards incorrect, it taints the idea, the American dream of the future, where
Yes.
everyone has access to a board that does indeed
For
hover.
your dream.
It
This is-
doesn't explode.
That doesn't explode.
Spontaneously combustible.
Warn your kids, that toy you got them for Christmas might explode in their face.
So if your Christmas tree is still in your house,
First off, what are you doing? Secondly,
Oh, it's only been like, what?
Like
2 weeks.
It's only been 2 weeks.
The tree goes down the day after Christmas.
no, the tree
okay?
goes down on the 1st of January.
that's fine. But still,
My house goes on there.
Well, I mean, also all of the Christmas decorations go down the 1st anyway.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
moving
not
on.
murder each other.
All right.
And holiday
Tech
tips.
tips. Holiday tips.
You might have heard about the new $5 computer, the Raspberry Pi Zero. Much excitement.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's one of those things that a lot of the time it feels like a solution looking for a problem. It's like basically everybody has a computer, but like what can you really do with a computer that doesn't have a display, it doesn't have a power supply, whatever. A new application for the Raspberry Pi Zero is turning it into a USB gadget over USB. So you can plug in your computer. You can, for example, use it as a file system. So you can drop files on it like a flash drive. But then the Pi Zero itself can in turn use whatever files you put on it to control something else. So let's say you're building a robot. You put the Pi Zero on it. You can plug it into another computer over USB. Drop your new code on it, whatever, and the Pi Zero just does whatever you want.
Like a wireless flash drive almost.
You could also do that.
Like,
But the
cool.
over
Yeah.
USB part is useful because something like wires, there's always some like you need to do pairing or whatever, and having a hardware connection solves a lot of issues, as I'm sure. It's the same wired versus wireless thing.
Well, I
Go ahead.
saw some people talking about too. You could use it and put it inside, say, a keyboard, and then you just have a little keyboard computer that you can hook
Yes.
up to a monitor.
Yes.
I mean, it's smaller and it's $5. There's a million different things you could do with it.
Yes.
Like the original Raspberry Pi for $30 is pretty cool, but it's also it's $30. Like that's a decent amount of money if you're not really needing it for anything. But for $5, it's something that I just feel like
why the heck not?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll use
Yeah.
it for something. And for $5, it's totally.
And it's smaller than a $5 bill.
But the special thing here is that you can make your own. Like, you want it to be a flash drive, it can be a flash drive. You want it to be a, it could probably, oh yeah, it can be a USB MIDI controller. So you can have a legit computer that plugs into any, like the computer into which you're plugging it doesn't have to have anything special on it. So you can make your own custom USB device. That
Okay.
could be a flash drive MIDI controller, robot controller, whatever. And so it's kind of like, there are a lot of devices that are meant to plug into Android phones, whatever, like on-the-go flash drives. It's like that, except you're making the flash drive. So, and any phone or computer in this case, you plug it anywhere.
I wonder if someone will come up with a way to replace the, or sort of a alternative to the Cronus Max, the little adapter you can buy to use any controller on any other console. I'll bet someone's going to come up with a way to use
Yeah.
Raspberry Pi as that. And the Cronus is like $70, I think. So
Yeah.
for $5, if somebody comes up with a way to do that, that could be
That's a
pretty
good
sweet.
idea. Sounds like the
Get
next.
that Halo 5 going with keyboard and mouse.
Sounds like the next hot open source gaming project. I mean, there's so many of those. Am I right? I'm not right.
Left 4 Dead 3. Am I
Oh,
right?
open source.
Open source.
I said open source.
Open source.
What else you got?
In other news, this is not necessarily open source or amateur engineering related, but I like space. Virgin Galactic is coming out with the next version, the Spaceship 2, 15 months after its incident where one of their pilots died. Very sad. But one day, we'll be able to plop down $100 and go to space for lunch.
Wait,
One
what?
day. Virgin Galactic is a company started by the guy who did Virgin Records and other things.
Wait, Sir Richard
Private. Yes, I don't know his name off the top of my head.
Richard Bronson.
But the goal is private space flights. You're just like, I want one ticket to space, please, and they say yes.
Wait, don't astronauts have to train like months and months to go into space?
Oh, years.
Yes, years.
Years,
Because there are a
and-
lot like it's spaceflight has been happening long enough. It is kind of a normal thing, but it's not as mature as something like any old desktop
Airline.
computer or airlines.
Or, yeah.
Or just about anything.
Can you imagine the TSA for airlines?
Why are you trying to smuggle a hydrogen bomb onto this here spacecraft?
I swear, it's just my laptop.
I swear.
Yeah,
I know it's emitting a
It's just
lot
my-
of heat and energy right now.
Look, it's just my Raspberry.
AMD. It's
Yeah, the big thing is the developing one craft that can take passengers up there and back safely. And it's also kind of something that SpaceX is indirectly working on with their reusable first stage boosters. It's normally the first stage, it's the biggest, it's the baddest, most expensive, and usually not reusable. So the importance of SpaceX is that the most expensive part can also be reused.
And they just successfully.
And they've had some success recently, and it's very exciting. So space is pretty cool, and things are happening. Open source politics. The website PolitWhoops, which was shut down about 6 months ago by Twitter for they claimed it was violating their
right.
privacy policy.
They were caching.
They're caching
tweets from
politicians' tweets. Keep them accountable. I mean, I like that idea.
Yeah.
If you ask anybody on the street, they'll probably say, "Yeah, we should be able to remember what they said." Of course. They're back up. The new CEO, I believe. Yes, the new CEO of Twitter has said, no, actually, it is Twitter's job to keep people transparent. If they say something in public, it's totally okay for you to remember what they said in public.
Nice.
It
So-
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't make sense
Okay,
for them to shut it down in the first place.
Right, but it's like if it was like someone spewing out a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
and then they'd said, "Oh, that was a bad idea," and deleted it, and someone made a website that had those
Yes,
tweets,
but then
you
they
know?
can make up for it by saying a bunch of normal good things.
Well, I think that.
So if someone does bring up, do you remember that tweet from 5 years ago where you were stupid? I'm like, well, yes, you know what, I do, but
But look
I
at
now
my
retract.
humanitarian.
But it is
Yeah.
the privacy policy.
But I mean, I think the difference here too is that it's politicians.
Yes,
What are
The website is expressly.
So politicians aren't real people, right?
Well, I mean, they're public figures. Like they're running for office. Like they're going to be.
It matters what they say.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it's the kind of thing like we want to be able to look at their track record. Like if it's just an average person, that gets a little more questionable in my mind. But I mean, when it's a politician, like they kind of sign up for this when they get into politics. Like that's comes with the gig.
Yep. And now it's not just in the U.S., but it's in multiple countries. But currently, only the U.S. supports sorting by things like party affiliation and whatnot.
Okay.
So it's a more legit site now.
So they're starting to expand as much as possible, basically.
Yep, making it more useful. Open source news, big disappointment. I'm sure that a lot of you have played the breakout hit game of the summer, Rocket League. Speaking of Twitter, August 27th, 2015, the official Rocket League account posted a screenshot saying, Rocket League, 1 million sold on Steam, coming to SteamOS Mac later this year. Didn't happen. Not at all. I'm officially now, as a member of the open source enthusiast community, at least, I haven't contributed to anything yet. Anyway, I'm officially required to hate Psyonix, so screw you, Psyonix. I'm probably gonna play Rocket League later, though.
Related note, Oculus just said, I think it was today, that they're going to, or was it yesterday? They're going to get Linux support as soon as possible and Mac support when there's viable Mac gaming hardware.
That was the actual tweet.
That was the actual tweet. So
pure gold.
Yeah.
Yep, so
but I don't even run freaking the Mac OS X on my computer.
Yeah.
I'm still not flopping down $600 for pre-order, but
No, pre-order.
Plus shipping.
Remember, no pre-orders.
No pre-orders.
Pre-order a little.
Help me.
Okay,
Wait, one last thing.
one last thing.
I have to make a plug for... So open source, when you think of open source, if you don't know what it is, you're probably like, what? If you know most open source things tend to be hardware, software, designs for things, computer programs. If you're looking for a little bit of open source gaming goodness, my favorite open source game is Xonotic, XONOTIC.org. It's a free, fast-paced, Quake-style arena shooter. I love it. I keep trying to get people to play it. Nobody wants to play it. And it sucks, but it's amazing.
You tried to play this last year, and
Yes.
you never got it downloaded.
Yes!
Yeah,
That's exactly
that
correct.
happened.
What? Our Halo?
Well, it was when we were playing Halo Online. That whole thing came out, and that was when I met you, I feel like.
Yeah.
And we were getting all online set up, and you're like, we gotta play this thing. And I'm like, yes, we will. And then we never did.
And we didn't.
Yeah. We'll play that sometime.
One day.
We'll make a video out of it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, like, what everyone's
What's
like,
an open source shooter like?
exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, unrelated note, I just want to circle back a bit. VR is a big thing this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, Oculus announced the $599 pre-order price, and a lot of controversy over that.
What was once the poor man's virtual reality machine is now a 1% toy, so...
Right. It kind of reinforces what I always like to say. Always being, I've started saying this since about a couple years ago. So, always. Never buy first generation hardware, like
For any reason.
Right, smartwatches.
The
Don't
Steam
buy the first
controller,
generation.
okay, it's
some
pretty
people
good.
gotta
Well,
buy it.
no,
then
but the Steam controller-
Then who are we gonna,
It's not like
test
they're gonna make
on-
a Steam 2
Oh,
controller
okay,
next
yeah.
year.
I mean, if you have the money to blow, sure. But
Steam controller, the Steam controller, the two.
The Steam
No,
controller,
shut
though,
up.
the Steam controller though isn't really a new, like, genre of hardware. It's still a controller. Like there have been plenty of generations of controllers in the past.
Although it is a new gyro of hardware.
No one anywhere will get that.
We're gonna put some crickets in there.
Hold on, okay, a little bit of context.
We're just gonna cut that out.
Hold on,
This is not gonna cut
little bit of context
Everybody's gonna get it.
about the Steam controller. It's been out, a lot of people are using it. There are a lot of opinions out there. I like it for one particular reason. Something that a lot of the reviewers have that very few I've seen have focused on this, especially places like the big places like PC Gamer, IGN, whatever. It is a controller. Yes, it does have dual touchpads. A lot of them have acknowledged maybe the right touchpad is a little better than the stick for first-person shooter gaming, but I would say the real hero is the gyro for aiming. I personally feel like it does enable actual competitive first-person shooter, well, almost competitive first-person shooter play from the couch. No one else I know agrees with me, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm just an ignorant console gamer, so I have to disagree with you regardless.
but yeah, I mean VR, you've got first generation hardware. Smartwatches, you got first generation hardware. It's all basically the same thing. It needs refining. It's expensive at first.
Resolution's pretty low for VR too.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem is resolution and frame rate are pretty low. I don't think any headset is even 144 hertz yet.
No, we got 90 and 90 for Vive and Oculus. Fake 120 for
fake 120.
There's some super fancy name they gave it, which basically means they
Blur.
It's fake 120.
Blur.
They take 60 frames and they repeat every frame.
They're interpolating.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Their extra processing box, which they've been sort of teasing for a while, doesn't actually add any real power to the PlayStation. It takes the HDMI out from the PlayStation and then it warps it for the headset, and it also sends an output to the TV so that when you're having people over, they can watch on the TV. That is a bit of a benefit. But I mean, PCs can already do that natively.
Yep.
So yeah.
Then we got the resolution for all of them. Oculus and HTC, we believe, are both about 1080 per eye.
Right. It's
while the
basically ultra wide 1080 resolution combined.
And then for PlayStation, it's 1080 total, but it's 960 by 1080.
1080 cut in half.
Right. It's
for each eye,
cut in
so
half,
it's cut in half. So
you remember those?
I have a hard time.
It's
with
half
that.
as demanding.
You remember those old Oculus development kits? It's like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So that's about it.
Any?
I have a quick thing. So CES, VR, and cars that are smart in some way, right? So, is the whole focus of CES being able to be like virtually drive your car, but not actually drive your car?
I'm sorry, what?
You could be virtually driving a car. You could
So you
play
can be
a
driving
video
a
game
car.
with your VR headset on while
And
your
actually
car is
driving a car.
self-driving. Right.
You can drive a car and actually drive a car while not actually driving your car.
Right. You're playing a VR video game, racing game, and your car is self-driving you to work at the same time. That's the future, folks. We get to virtually drive while riding a self-driving car.
You can actually drive while actually not driving.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you.
Now
the
try
future
to.
I'm confused.
is quite the best. I'm excited for the future.
And
Looking forward to the future.
another thing, last thing right here. In case you thought RGB lighting on peripherals was dead, well, if you're gonna buy a motherboard in 2016, it's gonna have lights on.
GG
I
eyes.
saw that.
GG eyes.
Why? And girlfriends.
Oh,
Yeah,
Or lack of them in this case.
yeah,
No GG.
pretty much. Speaking of, we're all single, ladies.
Ladies.
I know you.
wow, we're shocking. We're all single. I wonder.
And I know you all are 99.9% male viewership on YouTube. Yes, I have those statistics.
Before this is even uploaded, if it's uploaded.
Before it's even uploaded. No, all my prior videos have like 99 point some odd % male viewership. Obviously, I don't think that's surprising anyone.
Looks like we're gonna have to get some eye candy for the ladies.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us for the first episode of On the Spot, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
All right. Peace.